Well, well, well. If it ain't a double whammy from yours truly, Spot of Nerd. This one will probably be a little quicker because not only is it actually some pretty positive news, because you want some nostalgia, you want joy and happiness and fun, then you need to go and check out the new Super Mario Bros. Movie currently in theaters. It is I don't know if it's the first animated film from Nintendo. I really do think it is, but regardless, there's a reason it is actually destroying the box office in a good way. It's making bazillions of dollars. Everybody is loving it, and I don't knock it. I really don't. I was able to see it this week and was blown away. It really is. I said this back at when I did the Ghostbusters Afterlife review. It was one of those films we deserved, and I guess again, I'm going to use a similar way to describe the Super Mario Bros. Film. This was a love letter to Super Mario. And what I mean by that is, if you have any sort of love or interest or played Nintendo or played Super Mario, this is a movie you need to see, because the sheer amount of Easter eggs, the nostalgia, the music, everything in between will just bring your heart and make it full of joy and love and happiness. It really was. I dipped my invisible hat to the directors and everything in between for just making. You can be 2 years old, you can be 78 years old. This movie has everything for everybody. And the best part, as I will always say in films that are this good, it has zero bullshit. It has zero crap from politics, wokeness, agendas, narratives. It's just a damn good movie. And what do you know? The most successful movies lately, and even television shows, are the ones that don't have any crap in them. It just has a good story, or it tugs at the fact that this is Super Mario, and it goes across pretty much all the ages. I mean, there are so many Easter eggs. You will probably want to go watch this multiple times. If you played anywhere from the very first Nintendo all the way up to the most recent Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch, there's everywhere. This movie is littered with it, and I really give credit to the writers that made this film. Even from, I mean, of course, some spoilers here, but like the ringtone for one of their cell phones is the GameCube boot up sound. You look in the background and you'll see Paper Mario. You'll see flashbacks to games that were once on the Game Boy Advance. You have him jumping like you do in Mario 64. And it's just amazing. I mean, you look at the visuals, stunning, absolutely stunning visuals. And sometimes there's even these just little moments where you laugh your ass off, where he pops the cat suit on, and again, spoiler, he fights Donkey Kong, Smash Brothers, hashtag Smash Brothers. But at the end, when he defeats Donkey Kong, he makes biscuits like a cat would, with a blanket. It's fucking hilarious. And it's those little moments that really set the stage for this universe. There are so many avenues they could take this, specifically Luigi's Mansion, with the ghosts. They could definitely dive into that. They could, of course, do Donkey Kong, their own standalone in that regard. One of my favorite moments in the film was they're in the field of flowers, and the princess and him are kind of looking at each other, almost in a lovey-dovey way, which is, we all know to be, that's how this kind of all started. Mario saving the princess. But she's talking about looking up at the galaxy. And I personally, one of my favorite Super Mario Bros. Video game was Super Mario Galaxy, because it was just it was a very unique, different approach to Super Mario. And again, that could definitely be something they could go and move on to the next stage. So it really was just such a phenomenal film, and it's so simple. It's a short film. It's only an hour and a half, but they even go back to the nostalgia of the original TV show. If you ever watched the cartoon, you still can, by the way. If you have Tubi, Tubi, just go on that and watch. But they tap into everything that Mario is, even making jokes about blowing the cartridges just to get it to work. It's fucking amazing on every single level. And one thing I definitely want to just make sure I mention, all of this bullshit about Chris Pratt and the whole voice acting and how everybody's moaning and groaning about they should have used an Italian and blah 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 blah. It is a fucking fictional character in a fucking video game. Grow the fuck up. Chris Pratt did an amazing job voicing Mario. It's one of those things, I didn't pay one bit of attention to the fact that, like, oh, he didn't sound like Mario here, or he didn't sound, no. He sounded exactly the way I wanted Mario in this type of film to sound. He did amazing. Keep it up. I really do hope they make sequels to this, and I hope they'll keep the same voice actors, because if anything, that would definitely kind of ruin it, is keep the same characters. That way, you know, you have a nice progression of, hopefully, a universe, as I've mentioned. It even makes me want to go visit, I don't know if it's in the States or if it's in Japan. There is a Super Mario World where, like, it's a Universal Disneyland type world. Watching this film makes you want to go visit these places. It even made me, the moment I got home, I definitely, I fired up my Nintendo Switch and we played Super Mario Odyssey, because, again, Super Mario Odyssey is words, again, no editing, gotta love that. It very well may be one of the best Mario video games ever created, and I don't know how you top it. I really don't. So I do hope they just kind of continue with that, but make it better and better and better. So my quiz for you, my game, my point system, whatever you want to call it, if you've seen the movie or if you're gonna go see it, I've talked with other friends that have seen it at work, etc. I would love if somebody could point out, I have not seen a throwback or Easter egg to Mario Sunshine. Now, if you don't know, Super Mario Sunshine definitely did not get a lot of good reviews. That was when the GameCube was out. It definitely bombed pretty bad in terms of overall being, it very well may be one of the worst Super Mario games ever. So I didn't see any tie-ins to that. I'm curious if you did. Let me know, because I would be curious. I can go back and rewatch it. But I honestly, other than that, I can't think of anything. I really can't think of anything I missed. I hope if anything they just add more in the future. Like, my favorite was always Super Mario 3, whenever he got the raccoon tail, and again, just the sounds. I've officially made my entire phone, every notification is a Mario sound. So it just is one of those films, like I say, it makes you happy and joyful, and it's something we need. And I'm really so glad that it's making such success, and I hope it continues that success, because again, that will mean they'll make more, and if they keep the way they're going, it'll just be, everybody will be happy. It'll be fun and fucking fantastic is what I'm trying to get at. So check it out now, the Super Mario Brothers movie in theaters. I give it most definitely 4 cups of tea out of 4 cups of tea with Spot of Nerds. So when I say that it is a fucking amazing film, and you should definitely go check it out. So thank you all so much for listening. Please, I would love it if you did all the usuals, the follows, likes, subscribes, and share me. We're everywhere now. Rumble is where it's at. It's where all the big stuff's coming through now, where I'm definitely getting more representation. So huge thanks to them for allowing free speech. It's a fucking joyous occasion with all of it. So stay tuned for more awesome from yours truly, Spot of Nerd, and we will see you guys next time. Later, y'all.